back to The Power of Swapping Season 2. And we have here Arie. And I'm glad that she said yes because we've always had conversations, again, over the counter of her experience and anything else and anything in between. So I'm glad that we're having a longer time to chat
Yeah.
about swapping,
More
fashion,
relaxed, not
yeah,
pressed by like other people
exactly.
waiting behind, right?
Yeah, yeah. And then someone comes in, you will be like, okay, thank you, bye. I'll
Yeah.
see you again next time. So that's a good way to have conversation. There's no interruption, I would say. So, but before that, let me introduce Ari to everyone. So, Ari has a dynamic background encompassing marketing, merchandising, and sales game planning. Ari possesses extensive experience in team training, media, and retail, and is known for her curious and mindful communicator. A strong believer in a compound power of hard work and positive environments. Ari is dedicated to continuous learning and personal growth, always aligning her professional ambitions with her core values. I love the last part.
Core values, important. That's what
Yes,
define you, right?
exactly. Okay, so before anything else, can you tell us what you're wearing today and what was the thought process of you choosing what you're wearing today?
They should have come in the brief like a few days ago. Otherwise, I would just like wearing random thing.
Yes,
Like, thankfully, I put something that is just like really me.
I love that.
And fortunately, also nowadays, my closet, like if it's not a workout clothes or if it's not work clothes,
Hmm.
then it would mostly probably be from here. So yeah, this too for sure is from here. It's just like super lax denim, so easy. It's like with a kind of like more elastic band, and it's
Hmm.
just like so, I don't know how do you put it. It's just like so effortless.
Yeah,
So
love
I
that.
love it. I love to pair it with like a lot of different things. The top is from here as well. It's just like something when I mix it, it is less formal
Hmm.
and more
Hmm.
like casual and a tiny bit androgynous. That's where I put my footwear.
Yeah, I love the
Um,
shoe.
yeah, so
Very.
very kind of like ready to go for
Yeah.
anything, anywhere, construction work and stuff.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but yeah, pretty much just like I try to see what am I gonna do throughout the day,
Hmm.
and see whether there are certain things that I need to kind of like be considerate for if I'm wearing certain things.
Hmm.
So that's that. So if the day is pretty chill, pretty easy, I know that there's gonna be a couple meetings later. So just like, wearing something like a little bit more safe, but also flexed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I love that. Cool function and a bit of fashion there. Okay.
tiny bit of things here and
Yes.
there.
So going back to the early years, what was your relationship with fashion, and when did you start even to have a relationship with fashion, if there is, and how did it evolve along the way?
Well, that's very interesting. And then how early is early?
Up to
What are we
you.
talking? Is it like elementary school
It's up to
early?
you. Like, really felt like, there is something, beyond just wearing the clothes that I am wearing.
Right. I think a tiny bit of a background for that, right?
Yeah.
So in my family, when I grow up, we're not coming from like a super privileged family or
Mhm.
so. And so a lot of my clothings were like hands down or like gifted by
Mhm.
friends or family friends or yeah, relatives. And so it's a mix of a lot of things, right? Sometimes it's something super girly just because like they're trying to make me girlier
Girly,
than
yeah,
I
yeah.
was.
Mhm.
But sometimes it's also something, just what they wore before. So
Right.
it could be like oversized shirt, like baggy jeans. And so um I think then when I have a lot more activities in life, I like sports,
Mhm.
then gradually it became like something that is more fitting into the activities that I'm jumping into, right? And then after that, probably in the university time is where I have bigger authority of like what I can decide to wear when I'm
Mhm.
going to the campus, or like after that if I'm going for my work or internship. And so that's where I started to define my style.
Mhm.
Something similar to this, never really changed. But then after that, when I started working and can earn myself, I think there was definitely a phase where I'm like, oh, now I have my own pocket money, right? Like I can explore more of like different style,
Mhm.
um, something that is not actually my style, but I was just like, why not? Um, and thankfully, that phase didn't stay so long where I have to like spend so much money into it. Kind of like stopping myself, like, do I really want to spend this much for something that I
Mhm.
just wear once or two times, right? And then fortunately, then I also bumped into this concept of swapping, and that was just kind of like a revelation. It's just like so great. Like it meets all the different values that I have. Like I
Mhm.
want to explore more things. I want to get surprised by what I can wear, but at the same time, also kind of like save for the pocket,
Yeah, yeah.
but also it's like sustainable, right? So it's also in a way I contribute to kind of like help the world becoming a better place,
Mhm.
hopefully.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. So now, before we aired, we were having conversation of when you started swapping, and to my surprise, you are one of the OGs. Like even way before we had this physical shop. So, and then you sharing that it has been a big revelation for you of doing this because it just helps you in so many ways,
Yeah.
right? So, um, knowing what you know now with fashion, how are you um taking considerations or deciding when you want to buy this or like, get this kind of thing?
Yeah.
So like how does that change or affects you?
Honestly, now I super, super, super rarely purchasing retail products anymore, unless it's either a workout clothes, because it's a lot more kind of like personal,
Mm,
intimate, need some sort of innovation behind it, and so right
yeah.
to support the thing that I try to do. Um or if it's something that I really couldn't find anywhere, I need to replace something
Mm-hmm.
in my closet that is harder to either borrow or purchase from the thrift shop, or to swap. Because I mean, swap is a little bit of like a surprise, whether you can find something like a hidden gem, or sometimes you don't find
Mm,
anything that
mm,
fits you. But yeah, other than that, I would try my best to just like swapping, because that's kind of where I find more value now. Um, so when it comes to a decision, when do I need to purchase something, is one is again, if I don't find anything in a swap shop, and if I can't borrow, or if I can't find any more like resources to put something that is necessary. Like for example, if there's a dress code and I can't run away from it, and I
yeah.
don't have anything that I can mix and match in my closet, then I probably need to purchase it. Yeah, but I think purchasing probably come last now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love that. Let me digress a bit because I love the sharing that you were just mentioned just now that you had a phase where you were trying to experiment and trying to find your style. What was that season like for you, and where were you getting the influences, and were there like, um pressures from where were you at that specific moment to have that specific image and all that sort? So yeah, take us through there.
Yeah, I won't say it's a pressure, it's more I get inspired by a lot of things, right? Just by walking, strolling through orchard,
Uh-huh.
or strolling through kind of like some of the parks here.
Mm,
It's just like seeing certain outfit being worn by someone and they walking in real life. It kind of like sometimes um trigger in my mind. It's like, oh, actually that could work. Like that looks
mm,
nice in that person. I wonder how it look if I'm wearing that. So that
mm,
kind of like one of the um phase when I see something nice not just like on paper or like
You
in the
realize.
imagination, but actually like someone kind of like catwalk it on an actual like pedestrian walk. Um, that makes me feel like, oh, actually, where does that person get that item from? Maybe I should try it. I could try it.
Mhm.
Once in a while, I would ask the person as well if it's really like triggering. If it's like a very nice flowy
I
dress
love
and
that,
so and
yeah.
so, and I was like, okay, where did you get that? And I was starting to like, okay, maybe it's something that I can try on. That's that. Maybe not so much, but sometimes once in a blue moon, perhaps when there's like a editorial in magazine that shows also like a mix and match,
Mm.
especially I think if it's in magazine or in like other online media, if it's a mix of pattern, which we don't always see people rocking in the on the road, right?
No.
Apparently it works, and it's just like, oh, okay, I didn't know that these two different pattern
Could work, yeah.
could work together. It's not too much. It's never too much. So I'm trying to like test the edge where is too much, where is like fit with me. So that's
Mhm.
where I kind of explore more.
Right. So with that process that you had, what like some of the lessons that you've learned like from your style now and like yourself like, "Ooh, I should have not done that." I was like, "Oh, great that I have done that. So now I'm gonna move on." So what came out from that experiences that you had?
Um, Practicality is the top, right? Sometimes certain things look super pretty, but I
Mhm.
can't walk it.
Yeah.
Or sometimes I'll be wearing like a long skirt, long dress, and then when you go to the escalator, it's kind of scary when you accidentally step on it. It's like, oh my god, this is gonna stop, and I'm like gonna be in trouble. That's that. That's kind of like, okay, this is not for me. This is something that
Right.
I need to swap again. Or what worked is probably, and I love it being in Singapore, honestly, just because people don't, well, maybe they judge, but it's just in their mind. They
Yeah.
don't really kind of like came at you and then just like hating on you wearing something funny, right? So
Mhm.
I could be wearing anything and people would just like don't mind about it.
Yeah.
Um, so honestly, a lot of things work here. Probably people just like laughing a little bit when you're trying to wear a trench coat here, which I sometimes will. But it still work, and then if you feel confident, if you feel good in it, why not, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's probably it for me.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, what has been, I mean, like you've been swapping like for 8 years now, on and off,
Yeah, yeah.
but now very consistent ish with your swapping. What has been some of your memorable moments when you, like, even 8 years ago or whatsoever?
I definitely like how dynamic the community is, right? Every time I come to the swap shop, like here or pop up or
Hmm.
somewhere else, there's always like a different set of people
Hmm.
that you bump into. Sometimes they can be really encouraging as well. Uh, a super sweet sentiment on like, oh, that's a nice clothes that you're wearing, or someone just like look what you're holding and it's like, if you don't want it, I'll take it. Something like that.
Right.
That what I do as well. Like when someone has things in their hand and it's like, oh my god, that's nice. If they don't want it, I will take that. So um I like the community, I like the vibe, and what makes it more consistent for sure. I think once I break the wall of making this more like normal,
Hmm.
like normalize swapping, normalize just like go to this shop and then bring your stuff and then
Hmm.
try to find something else. And if not, then you know that there's gonna be something in the future for you because it's always rotating, right? You never know what's here.
Yeah.
So I think that makes me like more excited, and in the past, in the beginning, it's probably a little bit more awkward to
Hmm.
come just because you don't know what to expect. And then you don't know whether there's something that people expect from you when you enter this space. Like, there's definitely a thought in the early days when I came in and I'm like, oh, is my clothing good enough so that they will
Mm.
put it on the rack? Is my clothing nice enough that someone will adopt it, like swap it back?
Mhm.
Or am I um kind of like sustainable enough to be part of this
Right.
community, you know? There were definitely like some of those thoughts, but then once you break it after like 2, 3 visits, that then it's just like so natural.
Oh my God, I love those points that you have shared. So, shared that there were some walls that you have to break for you to get comfortable. What was that process like? And how was there a specific scenario that you felt like guards down? I'm happy to be part of this community and there's no shame.
Um, I won't say there's like particular, but I think that tiny bit of different interactions
Mm.
in different timing, and also kind of like seeing spending more time in the swap space definitely help, because if you just like go one time and then you see like overwhelming items, I mean, say if you're like in a space for like 5 seconds, you probably just caught yourself into things that is a lot more loud or a lot more maybe like sophisticated, and then you're like, oh my god, this is probably not for me, this is too nice or too good, too posh, and so and so. But then if you spend sometimes in the rack, you find that, oh, actually there are a lot of items that is super wearable, or like
Mm.
is very kind of like basics that a lot of it, after that you realize that a lot of people swapping because of a lot of reasons, right?
Mhm.
One of it is just like they don't have enough space anymore in their
Yeah.
storage, or sometimes it's just like they probably purchased something for a one-off scenario and then it's not really their style and they put it back. So once you kind of like realize it's very okay to just like come with whatever you have and also to just adopt what's available here, then I feel a lot more comfortable for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I think to that point, that's something also that we're very careful of because something that we have realized really our job is very intimate. Because, I mean, people would bring the clothes that they
Yeah.
once loved or something that it represents them before and even now. So that's very personal. So that's why for us, we really tried our best to, um, you know, be open and just to hold that space for everyone who's gonna bring their clothes and felt like not judged or that they're not worthy enough to be here or whatsoever that concern because we really acknowledge that it is a personal very intimate relationship that we are entering because yeah, I mean like I too in the beginning would be like, oh my god, if I've solved this, would they judge me that I have these choices in life,
Yeah.
you know? And also would they, judge me that I don't have good taste and all that sorts. So yeah,
Right.
so it's like for us, it's really is just an open space, and it's the whole objective is really for the clothes, not so much of like yes, we love the stories, but it goes beyond that. So at least someone would not felt like they are being judged because of those things that they're swapping in or because of the things that they're also taking out from the shop. So I'm glad that you've shared that.
No, for sure, definitely. I mean, super props and respect, and really like I'm very thankful and grateful that you started this and your team did like excellent job making everyone that came into this space just be comfortable being themselves. Um, like making a warm touch whenever you check in and check out, kind
Mhm.
of like talking a tiny notes about like what each piece would probably feel or look for them. It's very nice touch, and it's definitely make it like a more homey
Mhm.
experience. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
thank
felt
you.
like you're already like long friends or family
Right.
here in the space, even though
Too
you
kind.
probably just like try it on for the first time.
Yeah,
So
cool. So, now that you know what you know and knows that we still have to wear clothes, right? Uh, so, how do you reconcile the idea that our love for fashion, um, even if like we're trying our best to be kinder to the people who makes our clothes and to our planet, but how do you reconcile yes the idea that it is still causing negative impacts and what does that thought brings you whenever you are choosing or like buying things?
Um, I think first thing come to mind as well, like what I will question myself, and then what I will encourage people to question
Mhm.
as well before purchasing something. It's just like if something is too cheap, like where does it come from and why?
Mhm.
It's probably not from a good place, and it's
Mhm.
probably not gonna stay long. It's probably not in a good quality that you want to cherish that for life.
Mhm.
And then again, probably then ask yourself again, like, what do you want to be known as, right? Like, first thing first, of course, this is probably a little bit like shallow, but then, like, first thing first, what people see from you is like how you look,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And if you're wearing something that doesn't loudly say value, so you have a longer work to kind of like establish yourself and
Mhm.
your value outside of that shell if you have time for it. But then sometimes you just like walk and then people see you for 1 or 2 seconds and that's it. What they see is just like how you look,
Mhm.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
But that's the reality. So yeah, I think that's that. And then um if you have space and time, probably also try to understand how hard it is to work on a piece of clothes. I was trying to tell myself as well, right? That's why I try to learn how to sew, whether it's like
Mhm.
manual sewing or like using the machine. It's not easy at all. And from doing that, I think to a certain extent, people will realize like, hey, this is not an easy task to do. This require um time, passion, like love being put in it. So how much do we wanna kind of put value on it?
Mhm.
How can we make it like worthy for them that is working for this, right? So I think that's probably a way to reconcile all this.
Yeah, love that. So, having, experienced this and knowing your values, and that spills over to what you are wearing, um, is it easy to, um, not share, but like, what has been the reaction of like your family or your friends, of the things that you um are doing, like for example clothes swapping, as a way to acquire clothes?
Yeah, I think clothes swapping because it's not so common.
Yeah.
And then probably people have not heard it until they're being brought to the scene or they just like see once or twice in the socials, right? So until they actually experience it, it's a little bit hard to explain.
Hmm.
So the easiest way is probably just to drag them, just to this is so this is what it is, you know. Um, I brought my mom here, right?
Yeah,
Like
I
probably a
remember.
month ago. to, for thrifting is easier concept.
Yeah.
We chat about it
Yeah.
before, and you mentioned it as well. Thrifting is like a lot more known. It's probably sometimes being part of like people's activity, like things to do, right?
Yeah.
Finding the hidden gem by thrifting, but not so much in swapping because swapping still have a concept that you still also need to bring your own items
Yeah.
here, and to a certain extent pay for the service of
Mhm.
sorting them out. And also maybe you find something new to swap, maybe you don't, maybe another time you will find. But so that's what I'm trying to share with my friends and family as well. It's like, okay, if you have things that you have in your closet right now and you
Mhm.
like them so much, but you've not wearing them, it's not being cherished enough. Does it actually have a value to sit in your closet? And if they don't, maybe someone else can rock it, like,
Mhm.
and then you kind of like proud of saying like, "Hey, that was my item," and someone just like making it look good on the walls or on the store or something. So, um, once in a while, I will just bring my friends here, or sometimes I'm just the easiest way out, right? Like just posting what I'm
Yeah.
trying in
Yeah.
here. That's the easiest way. Like when you're posting it, and then someone will ask, "Okay, what is
Mm.
this all about?" And that's easier conversation.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree it's not an easy task, and then the way you kind of still bringing this to the community and keep on echoing this.
Yeah.
I'm very grateful and super thankful for
Yeah.
what you do.
Thanks for being
That's
here. That's one way that why we're still here, I guess. So now if Ari walks in to I mean, you're in your room, you're walking into your wardrobe, you open it. What do you feel? And
overwhelmed. Not gonna lie.
where is this overwhelmness like coming
Well,
from?
to be honest, I just moved, right, to a new space 2 weeks ago, and this space is smaller than the previous space.
Mhm.
The wardrobe storage is also smaller, so it's still overwhelming. It's like, oh my god, it's just packed and squeezed, and there's no air to breathe.
Yeah.
um, Definitely a reminder that I need to come in and swap and drop my stuff in the next week. But yeah, other than that, I think every time I open it, I feel if it's not in this squeezing scenario, yeah, I feel refreshed, honestly.
Mhm.
And I feel like happy and I feel glad to see all the items in my wardrobe because each of them I felt carry a sentimental value,
Mhm.
whether it's something that I've worn to a certain occasion before, or whether it's something that is like culturally connected with me. Say some of the cheongsam
Mhm.
or some of like the Hari Raya clothes, right? Like it sits there, is probably not being worn as often as others, but it serve a certain value.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also all my fully pattern and colorful tops and bottoms. Yeah, so I feel refreshed when I open my wardrobe. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. That's good to know. So now, gaining all the perspective that you have now and the experiences that you have about what fashion is, how would you define your relationship towards dressing up?
I love dressing up. I really feel we all need extra invitation or extra encouragement to dress up
Mm.
because it doesn't come every day. And then sometimes you just felt like, oh, this is probably too much to wear just for work or just like to walk to the um cafe with friends and all. But yeah, I think dressing up is just like the way for me to express myself and to create my mood.
Mhm.
I mean, it's two-way scenario. It's either I have certain mood and I want my clothes to showcase what my mood is,
Mhm.
or I don't have any mood in the morning and I was like, okay, what do I want today feel like?
Mhm.
And then I pull up the clothes and that's gonna be like, okay, so today I'm feeling bright and airy, or today I'm feeling feminine and dressy, or today I'm feeling cute and
Yeah.
so and so. So yeah, I think it's two-way basically, either reflecting the mood or creating the mood.
Right. I
Yeah.
love that. Reflecting and creating the mood. Cool. So, what are you hopeful in the future? And that is my last question for you.
I really hope there are a lot more people coming into the swap community and doing more swap because it makes it a lot more fun when you see a lot of different personality being showcased in racks.
Mhm.
And if there are a lot more people in the community, um, maybe there's not just gonna be one the fashion pulpit here.
Yeah.
There are probably gonna be like branches everywhere. I know you've been working with like teens in other countries as well, and
Mm.
that's super, super cool to see. Um, yeah, honestly, it's gonna be something that I'm hoping this is something to be normalized and expanded. And it's like a new scene of where people can interact and mingle and converse through their outfit and wardrobe. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Ari, for your time and being here. So,
Thanks for having me.
after hearing the stories and for people who are interested to connect with you after hearing this podcast, where can they find you?
Here once in a while. Please say hi if you're drop by and you see this place. Sometimes it looks otherwise. Yeah, I'm in the social as well in Instagram. My full name, Arie Wijayanti. Can find it there. Facebook as well. I know it sounded old, but yeah, I'm still in Facebook to hear all of the different news and articles that pops there. Yeah, or otherwise, I'm around. I'm your friendly neighbor kind of girl.
Cool. Thank you so much, Ari, for your time. It was
Thank you
such
for
a fun
having me
conversation.
here.
Of course.